Well, let's just kick it. Let's just kick it off with what just happened right before we hit record. I mean, I'm
Okay,
sitting
well,
over here.
take it away, Drew.
I'm sitting over here having a freaking panic attack. Welcome to having anxiety, ladies and gentlemen. It sucks. I don't like it. It's horrible. Out of nowhere, hey, day's going great, and guess what? Now I'm sitting here, my heart is pounding out of my chest for no reason. Day's going great, but this is how we started our what is this, third episode?
Yep, episode 3.
So here we
Hmm.
are, gutting it out.
Hey, that's keeping it real.
For sure. Yeah, I know. I'm sure some people can relate to that, and knowing how debilitating that is, it's like I have a really hard time understanding because I don't suffer from that. I don't deal with it, but you can tell just from your um, the way that you act, like before you have these anxiety attacks, and the way that you react after. It's not like a made up thing. It's not like you're in your head. It just is a physical thing happening to your body. It's crazy.
I mean, you saw me when we went to, what was it, Sunsplash or whatever that
Yeah,
was, like Raging Waters, that's what it
yeah.
was. And I'm literally walking up. It's a great day. I was having an amazing time. I walk up, I get in line, and I'm like, I think I need to go to the hospital. I think I'm dying right now. Literally, I'm dying. My heart's pounding. You have this like feeling of dread, all this you're like you're trying to crawl out of your body but you can't, and that was before
Mm.
I even really knew like how to deal with this or like ways to what you need to do when it happens.
Mhm.
And so just finding any way possible to get your breathing under control and get out of your head. And dude, it will do things literally like my feet are numb or my pinky is numb or uh I have chest pain, and it's like every single time that this happens, it's not a serious thing. It's literally 100% anxiety, and it
Yeah.
just goes away. But you have to just gut it out until it goes away.
Drew, have you ever had that happen? Uh, let's say when you're on a customer support call or doing something business related.
Dad, when we used to work in the office, this was like, remember when I was first just realizing that I had anxiety? I was maybe like 23 or something. I was on a customer service call, and all of a sudden, I just like something came over my body where I'm like, I feel like I'm about to fall over. My heart's racing. My feet and hands are sweating. You have that feeling of dread. And so, like, I was on this customer support call, and all of a sudden it hit me, and then I literally like was about to fall out of my chair, it felt like, and I had to tell the customer like out of nowhere. I was just like, "Hey, I need to put you on hold." And they're like, "Okay." And then that's when I walked into your office and I literally laid on the floor. I'm on the floor on my back. Like, "Dad, I don't know what's going on, but something's not right." And I didn't know what it was.
Hmm. That's when we went to the emergency room, as I recall.
I'm over at the emergency room, just like, I don't know what's going on. And before you know it, they're like, oh, yeah, you have anxiety. And I'm like, well, my doctor's like, well, yeah, you should go see a counselor. I'm like, okay, I go see a counselor. They're like, I can't help you. You just have like a generalized anxiety disorder problem, whatever you want to call it, where out of nowhere you're living your life and then you just deal with like a panic attack or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that makes the challenge of, you know, doing a good job every day just all the more challenging, right?
yeah, I can tell you that much. It definitely doesn't make my life easier, especially it depends what day you wake up. One day you wake up and you're like, man, today's just great. And then another day you wake up and you're like, oh man, I'm having all this anxiety for literally no reason. I'm in the comfort of my own home. I've been drinking water, eating broccoli, eating my spinach smoothies.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
And what do you know? It just comes out of nowhere. So yeah, just to keep it short, it really sucks.
yeah. The randomness of it is also, I guess just adds to that, just because you just never know when it's going to happen.
Well, yeah, you guys look at me when it happens, and you're just like, What'd you do? What happened?" And so then there's nothing really to talk about anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
well, today's the day. I don't know. Then I'm sitting here spinning in my chair all the time, and I'm the only one on the screen that's antsy because, like, when I move, I feel more comfortable, and so that's why it's hard for me to sit in long meetings if I can't pace or something.
Okay, Drew,
Yeah.
I'll do this to make you feel better.
I mean, I do the same thing. I always I'm like shaking my leg. I'm bouncing my chair back and forth, spinning because I don't know, something about keeping it moving. Like we're moving and grooving.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
No,
different.
we're blowing up.
That's right.
Yeah, there's like it's just fidgeting at least that, so not saying from Drew's perspective, I'm just saying like I do that all day long, bouncing my leg up and down and all that. Some people are fidgeters and you actually burn more calories actually like just fidget, you fidget and you actually end up just like burning calories sitting in your seat or more calories. You naturally burn calories just by breathing or whatever. You're just basal metabolic rate, but you're
Uh-oh.
You're what?
You're what, right?
yeah, just like yeah, so
Dr.
just
Dustin.
Yeah.
yeah, but bouncing of the leg and fidgeting and picking your finger, doing all this little stuff is just some people have more fidgeting tendencies than others.
Yeah.
So
Some people, I
yeah,
always wonder, I'm like, am I making them nervous? Because, like, for example, in a lot of these meetings, the best way for me to pay attention is if I get up and I start pacing. But when people start seeing me pacing, they're like, dude, you're making me nervous. And I wonder why when I look at my step counter, I haven't even gone outside yet and I have 10,000 steps plus. And it's like, dang, dude, you must be doing a whole lot of walking inside.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're probably wearing the carpet out.
yeah. The person below is probably like, stop.
So, yeah, just bringing that all back around. That's a quick glimpse before we hit even record right away on here. So,
Hey everyone, thanks a lot for joining us on this clip of the We Blowing Up podcast as me and my family are on the pursuit of blowing up our small family business and taking you along for the ride. Now, if you want to see the full episode, check that out right up here. Otherwise, check out another clip of here and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on future episodes and clips.